Hello, everyone, and welcome to this podcast from the Light Review. And today I'm in conversation with Julie O'Reilly, Creative Director of Sutton Van Associates, and we're going to be talking about where good lighting comes from.
Yeah, that's where my journey with Xicato, hello, Patrick, began in terms of actually making light work indoors in situations, getting the right quality of light, the right kind of color rendering, etc.
Do these days you automatically go, well, we're going to go for the best light source that we possibly can? There's this thing called CRI 90, because at the moment, most of us, if not all of us, are living in a CRI 80 world. Because, of course, at that point, we'd got compact fluorescent lamps here, there and everywhere, and CRI 80 was working perfectly well. So the idea that you just spend more money on getting something that's a little bit more accurate. But I get a sense that we shifted from that. When you're looking to develop that from that original conversation, do you say, well, we already know that we will be using a CRI 90, CRI 95, or more likely, from the new sources that are coming through, we're going to be using a daylight equivalent, the full spectrum, regardless of color temperature. Do you have that sort of standard, or do you really come into a job where you're going, well, we might end up using low pressure sodium? Who knows?
The latter. I mean, I have an open mind, but that said, most of my projects have light sources that have got very high CRI or color rendering, TM30, whatever. So it is important. I think it's, again, we do a lot of work where we're in spaces and with lovely artwork where bringing out the right color absolutely matters, and how you see it. And so the kind of quality of light that you're using it makes all the difference in the world. And, we go in a journey with our clients. So, for example, you might be in a conservation studio where the work that's going to be displayed comes in there. They have to work on it in a certain light situation, and then it has to go back and display in a different kind of light situation. So you have to really understand what the light is doing in terms of the picture it's delivering. It's very important in what we do.
So with Xicato, we've actually done research in the past where this was in the Groningen Museum in the Netherlands, where we actually looked at different paintings. We had a lot of people invited to make the right choice, and actually the outcome was actually that per painting, actually sometimes a different light source was required to, like Julie explained, to have the best coming out of the picture. Is it daylight? Is that a window, or is it all with the different colors? In an ideal world, you could actually select a different light source per painting.
Two reasons usually why a manufacturer does something. One, because everybody else is doing it, or two, because somebody asks them to do it. Okay, so tell me something. Two reasons usually why a manufacturer does something. One, because everybody else is doing it, or two, because somebody asks them to do it. Was this move that Xicato went to, was that because of the demands of people like Julie? Or because everybody else seemed to be doing it anyway?
No, it's a two-way. So actually, Xicato has always been an entrepreneur in developing new technologies. And the feedback that we got from many lighting designers and manufacturers as well, actually in the past, was actually the variety on different control systems and the issues they were having on their projects. And this led us to develop this new wireless control system, and by showing it to the lighting designers and the way it works, we got more and more connected with each other, and it's been now more and more widely used in the industry. But we were really early there, seeing that the customers had issues with the current control systems, especially like Julie explained. They want to adapt the light levels in an easy way, without need to know much of the technology, how to control the lights.
Xicato have been actually brilliant for us because we went on a journey a couple of years ago for the Science Museum, and they have a new event space called Illuminate. And they wanted something that allowed them to offer to clients that wanted to hire this space out, or product launches, whatever, parties, all sorts of lighting. But even they also wanted it to work on so many different levels. And we'd already been on a journey with Xicato. We in the cast courts at the V&A, we've got intelligent light sources there, which is great because, you know, the building management people can see how, you know, where the lights are and all that side of things. And we can get what we want in terms of control. But for the Science Museum, for Illuminate, it was taking it one stage further, because we wanted to be able to give them sort of colour and DMX and everything. We wanted all the bells and whistles, as well as a very elegant sort of, you know, white light look. That's where Xicato and Sutton Vane work very closely together to actually bring DMX and Bluetooth LE together for the first time. And it worked brilliantly. So the client has actually got a sort of system which they can use very easily, where they've got preset scenes all set up, and a little app which we also developed, which is easy for me to use. As I say to Patrick, I also want push buttons on the wall, because, you know, someone's going to walk off with it. We have to have it. So we had to have it on a number of different layers. So we actually, you know, all came together. So with obviously Xicato, we also brought in Pharos for the DMX, and we got a UFO to make some lovely lights for us that would change colour. And together, we put our heads together. And for me, I said, it has to be simple. You know, I have to be able to just, like, without even thinking, get what I want. And so, yeah, it's about, I think, bringing together, you know, people who are curious and who really just want to get the job done. And so that's the journey we've been on.
We can wrap it up on that. I think that's a nice little sign off. Thank you, Julie. Patrick, thank you for your time. I'll see you out there. Julie, I'll see you out there one day, someday soon. And to all of you who've been watching, thank you very much. See you next time. Cheers.